I did want to just address a couple things that came up in the chat earlier. First of all, Silver Harlow, I appreciate self-accountability, says, I'm not sure I should be here. I wouldn't want to associate with someone who's been on the Joe Rogan podcast. Fair enough. Much less fair. Mercutio says, at Silver Harlow, now that you mention it, I preferably shouldn't associate with somebody who's on record places the 2 Rob Zombie Halloween movies the best of the 13 film franchise, which it's written, right? That's libel. This is libelous chatting. I do no such thing. And I was all set to get mad about this. But then he actually says, I'm joking, as I don't know Ben's opinion on the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I'm sure he has opinions, though. Last part is not wrong. I do have opinions. I will say that these are partially uninformed because I never watched the second Rob Zombie Halloween movie because the first one made me so mad. But the first one is... I'm not sure if I think it's the worst because like Halloween Kills exists, but it's getting there, right? Like it's definitely one of the worst.
Is it like Halloween 7 with I can't remember the actor's name, but the one where like they got the cult and
you're thinking of 6, the Thorn trilogy, right? The end of that, right?
Which is
so like look, compared to either Halloween Kills or the Thor, or the Rob Zombie Abomination, like the Thorn trilogy was like, I don't know. I mean, that was like the masterpiece of a great director by comparison. This is so. What I thought you were going to bring up was Halloween Resurrection, which is another real contender for the bottom of the barrel. It's got
Cuyo.
Yes, delivering the immortal line of dialogue, "Trick or treat, motherfucker."
Well, he's like karate kicking Michael Myers.
Yeah, that happened. So, basically, like the one before that, Halloween H2O, I actually have a huge soft spot for that movie. I have a huge soft spot for a certain kind of 90s horror in general, and that is very much situated within that. I mean, like it takes place at a boarding school. This version of Laurie Strode, has a son, and she's teaching it, or she's like the headmaster maybe of the boarding school, but her son also goes there, and there's a scene in one of the dorm rooms of the boarding school where they're watching Scream, just in case anybody got confused about the subgenre we were in. But like that one I kind of love, but the whole thing is it ends with the most definitive killing of Michael Myers in the whole deal. I mean, like it's because I mean it kind of almost turns into the slapstick horror comedy in the last 20 minutes because it's like, okay, look, we know from experience that it's going to seem like Michael is dead. And then, and then he's going to come back, right? And so, Jamie Lee Curtis is like, okay, nope, not going to happen this time, right? So she takes him out into a field and and she shoots him, waits, and it's like by the end she's cut his head off. It's like, all right, this seems really definitive, right? And then so it's like, how are they going to get their way out of that? Well, Halloween Resurrection starts with 2 nurses in the insane asylum where Laurie Strode now is, hopefully filling each other in on what happened, right? As human beings so often do in conversations. She just got the wrong guy, right? That Michael Myers just put his mask on somebody else, and so she just killed the wrong guy. So it's like, that's a big piece of shit. Halloween Kills, again, left such a bad taste in my mouth that I've never been able to bring myself to watch Halloween Ends.
Oh, it gets. I think Halloween Ends is actually a good movie. It's just not a Halloween movie.
Okay. I'm sure at some point I'll go back.
Yeah, that's the argument I'm making, but like it's like not really a good ending. It's the problem. It's just like just another movie. It's like what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean the first of the most recent trilogy of Halloween movies,
It's great.
The 2018 Halloween. I liked that. Right? I was like, it worked for me. Like that's actually probably, I don't know, that's got to be somewhere in the best half dozen, Halloween movies. That's but
Yeah, I think it's probably like right below 3.
I might go along with that. I'm a big. I mean, look, I don't know if you're joking, but I'm a Halloween 3 apologist.
No, Halloween 3 is amazing. Like, it has nothing to do with Halloween.
No, not whatsoever. There's like the one scene in the bar where they like they show like a preview.
Yeah.
And then like
on TV, you hear Jamie Lee Curtis's voice says like on the loudspeaker, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean it's not. The only thing that has to do with Halloween is that it's set on Halloween, right? But yeah, it's I really enjoy that movie. But but yeah, I think that. So I don't know if it sits at the very bottom, as we've established. It's got some competition, but I don't like. It's certainly near the bottom. Like the first Rob Zombie movie made me so mad when I watched that in the theater. When it came out, which is the only time I've ever seen it, that it basically, it's like, okay, you go back to the original Halloween 1978, and like part of what was supposed to be so scary about Michael Myers is that it's just totally inexplicable evil, right? That he that this is just some nice suburban kid who, for absolutely no goddamn reason whatsoever that anybody could have ever been able to figure out, a switch was flipped one day and he tried to kill his sister, right? That, like that's the Dr. Loomis speech about how, for however many years he looked into his eyes and nothing looked back, and, all that stuff, right? That's what's supposed to be scary. But then dumbass Rob Zombie, it's like, well, you need an explanation. Like, we need to know why he went bad. Oh, I know what it could be. His parents were fucked up rednecks. It's like, and it's like typical Rob Zombie fare. Like honestly, like that's just kind of his Hellbilly deluxe. No, nobody, for a man who is not exactly from West Virginia, Rob Zombie has hillbillies on the mind,
Yeah, he's like JD Vance.
yeah. That's
although I would rather watch his Halloween 2 than Hillbilly Elegy.
Sure.
Because it does have that bonkers ending, which honestly the ending is absolutely bonkers.
I assume you're still talking about Hillbilly Elegy right now, but yeah.
No, Halloween 2, Rob Zombies. It's I don't remember how the horse came about, but there's a horse and they all go off on the horse.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Also, there's somebody said in the chat, what the fuck is this? There's Blackest Eyes, The Devil's Eyes. Yes. I still love The Faculty. I rewatched The Faculty like a year or two ago, and holds the fuck up.
Yes. Right after that movie came out, I actually had dinner with the guy who designed all the monsters in it.
Nice. Yeah.
R.I.P. Bernie Wrightson. He's an absolute legend. If you don't know who I'm talking about, look him up.
I did not know.
Okay. He basically kind of created the look of the modern zombie. Like Ramiro might have created the modern zombie and but like the rotting corpse walking, he was the first person to ever draw that.
Nice. Okay. Well, that was on me. I got triggered by a chat about the Rob Zombie Halloween. But I think that the chat sentiment I saw was all pro Dragon.
Yeah. I mean, listen. During that last conversation, sometimes you just have to listen. You know what I mean? Like you have to put away your struggling to find the metaphor, my speaking stick, and just listen. And especially when you haven't seen any of the Halloween films. I promise to do better.
I just don't understand how you live your life. That's
not big.
Yeah, just 1-3 in the 2018 version. That's all you need to watch, and you're set.
Soft disagree.
I think, yeah. If you want to watch more, there's definitely more to watch.
I probably will not be. This debate is academic, as I probably will not be.
I would take H2O like over the 2018, but
listen, my life would be a lot better if I enjoyed horror films. Most people I know enjoy. I don't explicitly hate every single horror film, but it's just I don't know. I think they put me in a bad mood. I start thinking about how there's people out there that just want to kill me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, don't watch the Rob Zombie one.
All right.
You have been watching free public content from Give Them an Argument. To access every single episode of the show, the main show on Monday nights, all of the streams, all of the debate breakdowns, all of the patron-exclusive post-games on Monday nights, all of the patron-exclusive bonus episodes every week, and much, much more, go to patreon.com/Ben Burgis. I cannot resist ending this with, don't be foolish.